second matchup of the day, LYON versus Dignitas. Let's go ahead and meet the teams, starting with the LATAM representatives, LYON. In the top lane, Dokla. Jungle, Inspired. Mid lane, Saint. Bot, Berserker. And in support, Isles. And opposite them on the Rift today are Dignitas. In the top lane, Photon. Jungle, XU. Mid lane, Palafox. At bot, Mobility. And support, Breezy. Give it up one more time for Dignitas, taking on LYON. And welcome to the Riot Games Arena. I'm Kangas, he's Kobe, and we got the last series of week 1 of the return of LCS.
We do, and Dignitas are trying to return as a very different looking team. You see, what do you like about the collars on the shirt? They changed the font to cursive to be more classy as well.
They got the collars.
Yeah,
it's all looking good.
This organization is, gets a lot of criticism, but they have basically tried to rebuild everything, and it feels like this year they're trying to change the whole story around Dignitas, where it has been very negative for a while. But bringing in Jonathan as a new GM, as well as trying to rebuild this roster with some former energy influences.
He might have brought a couple in. We do have 2 E-subs in the bot lane, but we are expecting FBI and Ignar later on. But I like to bring up, it's a rebuild from the top down, because I was looking back at the tapes. This is Dignitas' 6th major rebuild in 6 years. Since rejoining the franchise league, they have had 3 or more roster changes every offseason. Yet again now with only Photon technically returning, who was kind of a sub for them in the summer coming in late. But it's a top-down rebuild. Jonathan, new GM coming in, which is something to be excited about. But it's also a rebuild for the opposition in LYON as well.
A rich rebuild, it feels like, for LYON, because they came in and they just dropped cash. Big bags of cash. They're like, you know what? Inspired, he's the MVP of your whole league. We're going to buy Inspired. Oh, Berserker, he was an MVP of your league. We'll bring him back.
We'll get him back. He never missed out on LCS. We're talking about that. Technically, always been here.
They tried to get Zamudo in. Unfortunately, Zamudo with some more visa issues, and so they decided we're going to buy Dokla. Dokla was big in China, okay? He got a lot of views, big on social media.
Get those clicks.
So we get big Dokes back here as well, and it just feels like, LYON have come into this season and said, hey, this is our time. We are going to make a bid to win the LCS.
They've been very vocal about that.
Saint was an extremely good carry for this team, so they kept him in mid lane, and they want to build so much around it here, get some more threats on the team, and spending bid to buy Inspired. Let's see if it works out on the Rift, because a lot of people are a little bit worried if the personalities will mesh on this team, despite everyone recognizing that the skill level of individual players over there is very high.
If you just look at it on paper, it's a great roster. Even Isles, who we haven't mentioned yet, has played with Berserker way back in on Cloud9 when he was switching time with Winsome. So reuniting in the bot lane, we've seen how good they've looked, but how good will the team mesh together? We're going to get our first glimpse of that now.
And I'm definitely looking at top lane. As you mentioned, Photon stays on the team. Rumble here. Rumble is a primary pick for top lane right now. It is worth investing in. They're going to go for the Orianna side of the Azir trade, because Azir is banned, and so then you're forced into something like, are we going to do a Ryze or Talia angle here for LYON? Personally, I like when Saint is on some real hard carry champions with mobility as well. Saint loves to play high resources. He's like, give me the money. I'm also going to win you the game. I'm going to make some big plays, and so we'll see. So it ends up being that trade I was talking about. They do go for Dokla having the Rumble, and there's a lot of options you can go for with Rumble. You can build like a Yone for Saint and try and do one of these dive comps.
True.
That would definitely fit the bill of what I was talking about, where Saint, some of these big carries that have lots of mobility there as well. Classic combination though, the spicy hot pot with Jarvan Cataclysm.
We've seen this one before. It would not be surprised to see that locked in. And there we have it, top and jungle for LYON, which means Dignitas, they already have that Orianna. They won't have the J4 combination with it, but whenever I see this mid laner, I always think, how can you pair with it? XU and Palafox, it's going to be a new look for the knock wave. Yeah, true. Maybe. We could bring that one back. Or the Woo wave.
The Woo wave.
The Woo wave, yeah. That's
like
a new
the
one.
Shock Kong.
The Shock Kong. Ooh, okay. These are all good options.
I kind of like Shock Kong.
I kind of like that too.
It sounds like a skin that they would make for Wukong.
Yeah.
Pass that Wukong the ball and get some big engages. Anyways, Photon goes for the Cassante matchup into the Rumble. Not one of the exciting ones, Kangas, but it does get the job done. Gives you that safe tank up there.
Interesting to know, because I was looking at Photon Shampoo last year. We only saw him for one summer. He only played a tank once out of all of his games. It's usually bruisers. He played even like Kled, things that were a little more unique. So I would say not the normal or average look from what we saw last year, Photon, but of course, different build of Dignitas, more practice with him.
This is right in line what we want from Saint. Big damage carry with lots of mobility. Yep. He's got the playmaking, he has the mobility, and Akali has side lane supremacy over Orianna. Yes, like you can gank with Jarvan and you can try and get kill windows, blow Orianna flash early on for the Akali, and see if you can get a kill angle there. But especially later into the game, you can definitely have a lot of threat for side lanes, and it gets a little bit dangerous for the Orianna. So I like LYON here with the attack focus. They've got lots of dive angles. Akali, Rumble, and Jarvan all very good at diving low mobility carries like the Orianna.
It is 2 AP solo laners, so that means easy itemization for Photon, but Palafox is going to be the one with the target on his head. And now LYON get to ban away some of these more high mobility AD carries, because like you had mentioned, if you have low mobility as a team, this team from LYON can get on top of you. Ezreal taken off the table already. Wouldn't be surprised if we see more in line with that.
Yeah, definitely agree there. Meanwhile, for the supports here, banning up the Lulu, so they're expecting some hyper carry on the side of LYON. That is the style that everyone knows and loves from Berserker. How he earned his MVP over here. So, you know, Dignitas very wary of that, and they're not targeting Berserker's actual AD carries. It's the supports that are going to go along with that, and taking away that Lulu.
Okay, yeah, this is another kind of defensive tool, not necessarily in the AD carry's hands, but it can help protect an AD carry. Does mean some of the more defensive options are still available. If Breezy wanted to play something like Thresh, I do know him for that. But when I look at a player like Mobility, remember this is also the E-subs in the bot lane for Dignitas. I think it's important to mention that. Mobility's champ pool, he's definitely more on the facilitator side. Jhin is the big one that I think of when it comes to mobility. A collegiate bot laner coming in here. It's not that often that we see the kind of collegiate to pro pipeline, but Mobility is a Winthrop University alumni, so Throps out. Shout out to everybody
There's our hyper carry that we were looking for, though, for Berserker. Yunara, the hyper carry of the patch, my friend. The hyper carry of the patch also has her own. Man, it actually does suck that we have a player named Mobility now, because we do use that term.
We do use that term
fairly frequently.
Oh, and he did lock in a champion that has mobility in the kit as well. So.
Fair enough. They've got dive on both sides now. You get the Wukong Orianna Shockwave initiation and the Kaisa follow-up here. Think Alistar is a no-brainer here for Breezy.
Yeah, and I love the idea that we kept thinking, oh, high mobility, you kept trying to kite back, dodge away from the engage. No, just follow up on your own engage, because they have so many tools on Dignitas' side now that if they can find these picks themselves, suddenly the low mobility Rumble, the Yunara have the target on their back. But again, expectation definitely skewing more LYON side just based on the names on screen, with Bard as the final pick here for Isles.
So many things that LYON have where they can burn Orianna flash. Bard ultimates and Jarvan ganks. Jarvan and Bard are so good at attacking Orianna. So I think LYON here, they've got a very clear game plan. You know that Saint likes to win the game, for being very rich and being the focus of the team. And so they are going to put a lot of pressure on Palafox's, I would say F key, but maybe he put it on D.
Maybe he puts it on D, yeah, you never know. I'm an F key gamer, personally, F for Flash. But I love that that was first pick for Dignitas. For Palafox, the player that we just heard the lounge talking about, those were stats. He was 9th place in one of those stats, in a league with 8 teams, because of the multiple mid laners that we saw throughout the year. He did not have a great 2025. He's hoping to turn it around now, but some clear focus from LYON to say, isolate the Orianna, lock him down. It's going to be a tough game for Palafox take it back to the stage here in 2026.
And people really anticipating that it might be a full tough series for Dignitas, but Jonathan here
Shout
with
out
the
Jonathan,
shades.
by the way. He has to be the coach on stage because they couldn't get their coach in either. He mentioned to me last week, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be doing my best with draft, but it'll be mostly the players. So I'm expecting a lot of comfort picks today.
Yeah, definitely accomplishing that. Also, Dignitas, again, with the new look. You know, they got the new jerseys. Jonathan wearing the shades on stage, trying to be intimidating.
Something like that. Something like that. Hey, at least they win with the jerseys, though. That is the biggest thing for Dignitas right now is the drip on stage, and now a hope and a dream against a roster built to challenge for that championship.
Kangas.
LYON versus Dignitas, game 1. They got the ward down, but it's an early game Alistair, and already Isles landing the stun. Mobility uses the barrier, so that summoner spell down to start off laning phase.
Why did they just back off? They put a ward in there, and it got swept.
Yeah.
You know you lose. You're level 1 Alistar.
Hey, it's about sending a message, Kobe.
What was our message?
You're trying to
our message is
stand your ground.
We don't care about barrier. That's our message. We don't need some of
They don't need it. Ooh, Breezy also taking a rough trade there. And we're going to be watching some bot lane early on here. A reminder for everybody still that this is an emergency sub bot lane situation for Dignitas. I got to chat with Breezy ahead of the game. He did have a decent enough practice with them, but
it looks like an emergency to me, Kangas. Yeah. Emergency!
You're hitting the button already? Oh, boy.
He's using his potion. He has no barrier already. Holy moly. Okay, back to your story, though. I like a good story, Kangas.
So,
regale me with some info.
As we see Breezy trying his best to keep mobility safe down here.
Emergency!
Welcome to LCS, Mobility and Breezy. Both their first time. Actually, it's Breezy's second time. He did play for CLG Academy back in the day and got 1 stage game in LCS. I like to call Breezy kind of the best support you've never heard of because he's played for so many years in Tier 2 at the Academy Challenger level and is now getting another shot here to show what he can do at the LCS stage. Well, hopefully the rest of laning phase goes better for them. Alistair early on, notoriously weak, and they're already down a lot.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. No heal, no barrier. But they got their flashes. No potions either for them. Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
it's
also
good.
Trading very heavily here. So let's see if, first angle for Jarvan is going to be towards mid. Oftentimes, when mid laners ward your Raptors like this, if you look at the mini-map and just dropping the ward inside Raptors, it still leaves a lot of angles, especially for champs like Jarvan.
Yeah.
In the early game here, there's going to be some decent options for Inspired. Of course, Inspired, as you know, always wants to keep up his farm and be very efficient. So you get a little bit of time after your full clear and your first crab. And we'll see at the moment, because bottom lane pushing up for LYON. Plenty of defensive wards here for Dignitas through that side, but the wards are just going to give them info that, yes, Inspired is taking the bottom side crab, so XU can just trade on top side. Palafox, speaking of trading.
Is in some trouble right now, but has XU behind him. XU was already going up towards that top scuttle. His bot lane's already shoved in, so does not want to contest for that one. And Palafox very low.
I want to see some flash plays here in mid lane. Oh, I want to see some. You can tell he's eyeballing that kill angle. Okay, we'll go for the recall. Wave is pushing towards Saint, so he's feeling good on the Akali. Just recall back both of them. And both junglers here getting their respective crabs, so no extra damage done there.
Well, he didn't go for the flash play, but I'm hearing that we actually have a quote from Inspired ahead of the game, giving Saint a little pep talk. So let's listen in on that.
Vibe check. Good vibe.
Mic check.
Vibe check.
Beep check, what?
Vibe. Yeah, are you nervous or not nervous?
Hey, you think I'm nervous?
I don't know, bro. I just ask. It's fine, bro. Just think about what do you wanna do. You like when wave come, just think, okay, should I push? Should I not push? Should I trade? And it will be easy.
Little vibe check from Inspired.
Saint's like, you think I'm nervous? You think I'm nervous? Where's my bait?
Oh, he's not playing nervous right now. He's going aggressive on Palafox.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to see Inspired in a new environment, because obviously we've seen him on 2 different teams. I was saying, ooh, actually misses 2 of the minions right there. Palafox might have a little window, but playing into the wave, not going to commit to it. So Saint takes a rough trade, has to go for it back there. But I love that Inspired's already taken a very vocal personality role on the team. We saw him go from EG to FlyQuest, have great success in that transition. This is now another time that we get to see him move to a new org and see can he maintain that kind of argument for GOAT of the West. It's basically him and Caps right now in terms of current form of like who's the better player. Yeah,
because Inspired has such a strong personality and view of the game and is such a leader, that's one of the reasons why people were curious as to how this LYON roster is going to play out internally. I do like the interaction where Sam was kind of looking at him and he's like, Inspired's telling me to think about what I'm doing? Yeah. Okay. I got you.
I wonder what's going on in scrims ahead of that.
Thinking about it.
But let's catch up on what's happened elsewhere on the map so far. Top lane is top lane. It's going to be an island for a while. Bot lane, no deaths have come through. It is a sizable lead for Berserker, but Nobility and Breezy have at least been able to survive the early laning phase. Now Inspired is down there, though, as we have a big 1v1 top lane. Dokla losing out so far on the trade. Photon, big damage, and Xu's coming in. Level 5 on the Wukong. Dokla sidesteps the third, and Topo Strike flashes away. Xu with the follow-up. Not enough damage. Dokla lives.
The critical sidestep here on the Topo Strike. Dokla with the micro jukes right there. He's able to live, flashes away, and he didn't even just flash away. He trade flashes away 2 for 1.
Yep.
So that is a scenario where you just got ganked. Not only did you live, but you went positive on summoner spells. If I am Inspired, I'm honoring Dokla. That is the thing I love to see the most as a jungler. Your top laner gets ganked, and he not only does he not die, but he goes up summoner spells. So Wukong, this champion that really relies on level 6 for kill angles, is not going to have flash for his ultimate use. This is, that's a big Dokes play right there, Candace.
Yeah, won't have flash for the Grubs contest if they want to go for it. And it also just gives so much time for Inspired to get that dragon. So early objective lead now for LYON, plus a small gold lead. Most of that just being in the bottom side here as Berserker and Isles yet again shove in another wave.
And Dokla is definitely a story that we should, take a while on, because I honestly thought that with how well he played at Worlds, I know people said, oh, he played for the team, and it was more about him like leading with objectives and stuff. Honestly, I thought he just actually played really good individually in some 1v1 scenarios as well, and thought it was crazy that he actually did not, at the beginning of this season, have a team. And so it is very unfortunate for Zamudo, by the way. Again, more visa issues. He is not going to be here indefinitely, basically. But the bright side of it is that at least Dokla does get in here to the LCS, does get to return, and already showing some fancy footwork on top side.
They weren't able to get one most valuable prospect from Tier 2 in, so they got a different most valuable prospect from Tier 2 in as Dokla. I mean, if you're going to have a substitute top laner, what a great one to pick up. I echo your sentiment of how good he looked at Worlds, and I think that he's the type of personality that can also work with a team like LYON, where it's going to have a lot of hot personalities. When we hear players talk about Dokla, it's usually like he's a fun guy to have on your team. So cool to see him up there in the top lane. As Isles and Breezy are hovering mid lane right now. The Grubs are on the Rift, but neither jungler there right now. It looked like supports might be roaming up towards it, but they will head back to bot lane instead, as both junglers are now pathing up towards the top river.
Yeah, Inspired already got the objectives under control here. He's got topside Scuttle Crab as well as the Grubs. And his top laner, Rumble over here, has ultimate. Rumble can have a very big impact from very far away. Saint's got to get away from this damage.
Yeah, he has the perfect execution. Cyclone's available for XU, and Inspired's there in the back pocket. So Saint does not have to burn anything big. We'll just back away, but that doesn't mean Inspired will not get all 3 Grubs uncontested. He gets the first one. Now XU contesting for another. Smite's coming up soon, and now Inspired has it, but one taken away. XU picks that up. Engage comes in from Saint. Cyclone defensively. XU has to jump over the wall with the Warrior Trickster, and that means LYON now can go for the other Grub.
Yep, there you go. Easy peasy for them. They also rotate over. Bard ultimate, use some extra flashes. No Orianna flash. Remember, Genghis, when we're drawing up these team comps, that was one of the points where it does seem like LYON are well equipped to attack. So the Orianna now with no flash has to worry about, you know, Jarvan ganks as well as Bard roams constantly because Saint, next time that ultimate comes back up, Orianna's still not going to have flash and you look for kill angles.
Bard ultimate's so easy to land on a low mobility mid laner like Orianna. She's got a little movement speed boost, but that's pretty much it. As another back for Saint now, using the home guards to great effect. The change to home guards means that you're less punished for backs as a mid laner. You get back to lane so much faster. But he actually does stick around here for one more. Actually get some damage on the Palafox as well. Palafox might be in range to find something here. Not going to commit. Didn't have the ultimate available, actually. So both mid laners will just back off.
Yep, Saint gets almost all the wave right there and is going to get a better recall this time around. Going Gunblade Akali, getting Gunblade back in. It's basically like Kennen and Akali, the you know, the hybrid ninjas.
Yep.
Really have enjoyed the the return of the Gunblade.
They are both ninjas. I never think of Kennen as a ninja, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Ninja
Shen
Yordles.
Zed, as well as those two. The Ninja Squad.
Think we're going to get another one soon? We gotta expand the ninja lore in League of Legends.
I'm for it.
Yeah, give me a support ninja.
Yeah,
we need one.
We need more ninjas. It's been a while, I feel like. Let's see about Inspired though, because all his camps have been cleared. That's when you know he's looking for some action.
Yep.
Jarvan here, get back out to it, and we do still have no flash on Palafox. He should stay fairly close to tower and be safe, but Inspired just kind of hovering because he has the extra time to look.
Yeah, Palafox, all in all, has actually played this lane pretty good. Even without the flash, he's positioning defensively. He's in an awkward spot if Inspired was looking for it. Who's now spotted bot lane here, so there's more information for Palafox as Photon uses the all-out right there, and Dokla not really in danger.
Xyu's coming back, though, so the danger increases exponentially when the jungler gets here. The wave is already cleared, though.
Yeah, and he's got the equalizer for the next wave.
Very nice.
Yeah, Dokla's been the target twice now. Are they still going to commit to this? They don't have the wave. Flash from Xyu. Cyclone Photon's trying to tank up as long as he can. And that is first blood to Xyu, and he lives! Woo! The turret damage barely not enough, but perfect execution mid. Saint picks up a kill and trade.
Oh, man. If that had actually failed for Dignitas on top lane again, that would be a mental breaker. But thankfully for them, it actually succeeds this time. The only drawback, Kangas, is that they lost so much more on the other side of the map that it's not worth it.
And mobility might just die here as well. The exhaust for the slow will light up the Cosmic Binding, and Isles with the kill credit. Gold on the Bard, another kill to LYON.
So you got Dokla, but the cost was you're basically going to lose the game now.
But they got Dokla.
They did get big dokes. Okay, so I'm wondering if, so Dokla, if he walks away from the Wukong a little earlier because Photon was tanking tower, maybe he avoids that last little bit of damage, but basically when Photon hits that last Intofo strike, that's the trigger here, and Xyu then flashes in.
Yeah.
So close to outplaying it. If you maybe if you've been able to flash that, but regardless,
it was still worth.
The plays on the other side of the map were so big for LYON, with them getting that kill on the Orianna, who did not have flash, and then also getting so much on bottom side of the map.
And if you think about it, it's like gold on the Wukong. You're playing towards your Cassante top lane. Yeah, you're putting the Rumble a little behind, but now the 2 dragons stacked for LYON, and they are getting gold elsewhere on the bottom half of the map, which has been winning out so far. No kill on Berserker yet, so... But he's still 2.3k ahead of mobility just based on laning.
Because towers also count as kills. They added the first blood and first tower bonuses back into the game.
Yep.
And I, for one, am a huge fan of that because it really feels meaningful once again, rather than those little quests.
And no plates taken from Dignitas' side. They have been shoved in the entire laning phase. So that's all the plates plus the first turret gold. Good catch. Berserker is a rich shady carry.
That is the emergency button that we were spamming early on. And now you're in that territory where everyone remembers Berserker as the MVP of the league. It was in positions like this. You know, Yunara wasn't actually in the game yet, so it was more like Zeri or something like that. But positions similar to this.
Ooh, as he almost just solos mobility right there. Berserker having a fantastic start to his return to the LCS. You weren't keeping track of the Berserker journey last year. He was playing in the LCK, and now he's back with a solo kill.
Emergency!
Welcome, mobility.
Emergency!
Kobe's hitting it, Dig's hitting it, Berserker's laughing at it as he's going to get more plates in the mid lane.
We actually do need a giant red emergency button up here.
Just for instances like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Exu went past a ward, so he was thinking, all right, Berserker's going to greed on this tower. Maybe I can, you know, get in there with my ultimate, but definitely not going to be the case. So LYON with the game well in hand, and Kangas, this LYON super team.
And this was the expectation, I'll say, Kobe, because Dignitas have 2 subs. I power ranked them last even without the 2 subs. It was kind of like Disguise versus Dig. A lot of people arguing which one's which in 8th place. I still had them last, and I have LYON in my 4th place spot. I think that they can challenge for a championship if everything clicks together. So, I mean, this is kind of what you want to see from a team that's going to contest for a championship versus a team with 2 E-subs that would be power ranked at the bottom.
100%. Let's see about this Herald fight.
All right, now Dignitas started up, but LYON are approaching. The equalizer goes down onto so many members. Already chunks them out pretty heavily. Isles has the Tempered Fate. Bard ultimate. And he just hits the Cosmic Binding instead. Tempered Fate follow-up. Photon will dodge that one as the teleport will come in for LYON. Breezy tries to buy space, and he will be sacrificed. Mobility in trouble. Has to flash away from the Cataclysm. XU dies. Photon flashes away. LYON are slaughtering Dignitas in their own jungle.
Yeah, I think it feels a little mean now, especially when you're saying, "Oh, you had the power ranks at last even before the sub thing." Like, well, that was unnecessary.
I just want to set expectations.
Yeah, and the expectations are being met on the Rift here. LYON, they came into this season, they spent big, getting a lot of superstar power, and even if people think, "Oh, maybe the personalities won't work out later," game number 1. Not an issue.
Do you think Saint took Inspired's motivational speech?
The vibe check.
Are the vibes good?
Yeah, vibes are good. Vibes are looking good. Whenever you're winning like this, vibes are always really good. It's very easy. Meanwhile, Saint up there having some fun on a Kali always feels very, very fun to get a lot of extra kills, and your Gunblade is finished, so you have a lot of this extra, CC options here with the slow active from it. And plenty of damage.
Meanwhile, Palafox on the other side going for a very defensive build. He's got the Magic Resist boots. He's got Rod of Ages stacking up. He's just trying to survive right now. The start of laning phase, he was going pretty well for him. Again, to his credit, but the rest of this game falling slightly behind. But is up in CS, so Palafox actually being more solid for the side of Dignitas alongside Photon, who is the returning member and definitely impressed me last year. Happy to see Photon having a good start to the day.
Yeah. I mean, you can say what you want about the bottom lane, but it's emergency sub situation, So it's definitely, we knew it was going to be difficult.
I might have catch and cursed him a little bit right there, as Saint will find his 3rd kill of the game. Now, he doesn't need CS. Palafox can get as much CS as he wants over Saint. Saint's going to pick up the kills instead.
Yeah. Anyways,
do you want more story time, Kobe? I have more stories about some of the players.
Let's go to some
if we want to talk about some of those. So remember
Are
Berserker.
they happy stories?
They're happy stories. Here's a fun one.
Nice.
So Berserker, if anybody was wondering what he was up to last year, because you remember from Cloud9, you've mentioned he was MVP before. Didn't have the best end to his last year in LCS, but still, we're happy to have him back. What he was doing last year, he was on a team called DN Freaks. Just gonna leave that one there.
Sure.
But didn't have the best showing on it. He's having a good showing now. Obviously popping off. But coming back to NA, the question was gonna be which form of Berserker were we gonna get? Is it the MVP version? Almost kind of like Impact. We talked about that with him yesterday. Which version do we get? The MVP version or the most recent form? But so far, so good. 3-0-2 plus a over 60 CS advantage.
Yeah, and, as we said, everyone kind of expects this type of, hypercarry style from Berserker. He also played stuff, like Ashe and was decent on some utility options as well. So we've got a 1v1 up here.
Saints losing it right now. Inspired's nearby.
Well, again, that's no fair.
Yeah, Palafox is pretty tanky with the Rod of Ages and the Magic Resist boots. Does have to flash away, and a follow-up from Inspired. We'll get the kill credit for that one.
And they're going to finish the assassination and then get back to their job as usual. Finish up with the rest of the towers on the map.
Isles is just 1v1ing. He ignited. That's just rude. He just ignited Breezy.
Yeah, spell book, baby. Got to get to the next spell in the rotation.
Somebody in the audience just shouted something. I have no idea what it was, but Maybe they were cheering on Breezy.
They were going, great job, Kangas, you're doing great out there.
Thank you.
Woo.
Thank you, audience.
Woo.
Appreciate it. Yeah, there we go. As the turret also falls. That is all three. I think I heard a boo afterwards, so we're getting conflicting responses.
I was just trying to protect your ego. I've got your best interest at heart. Don't listen to them.
Hey, no, I heard you during the analyst lounge earlier today. You called me out on the Shopify prediction, which, to be fair, they did lose to FlyQuest today.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Back to Berserker, though. The fiendish, what is it called? The Fiend Hunter Bolts. That hyper carry item, which feels like it was made for him because he loves all of those champs, also got buffed on the patch. So
do we have it? I think we can actually pull it up here to take a look at it because there's a lot of new items. Let's show everybody in case they haven't been playing a lot or checking out any of the new item builds. Is it going to pop up?
Well,
is it going to work?
The button is clicked.
I saw it. I can't confirm Kobe clicked the button. That's okay. All right. All right, we have a bit of a scrap right now as XU finds it. Oh, there it is. Hey!
Looks good to me. Everything you want. More ultimate.
Oh, it's a belt. So I've never seen the picture blown up this much.
In the belt.
That's good. I like that. I
or
thought
do you
it was...
wear it across your chest like a what's it called?
Oh, yeah, bandolier.
Bandolier.
I think that's what that's called.
Yeah. Could be that kind of action.
That would... how would you wear it, Kobe? Would you go belt or bandolier?
I think the bandolier is cooler.
Yeah. I think Berserker, however he's wearing it, it's working right now, though, as, again, mobility has to get pushed back. LYON are 10,000 gold in the lead here at 21 minutes. An absolute shellacking so far. So I want to start to reframe things here, Kobe, because if LYON are going to be a top contending team, this is their goal. They've said that. They spent a lot of money. You said that.
Yeah, I mean, they bought the literal MVP of the league.
Literal MVP of the Americas last year. He won all of the awards. So I think that there's a lot of expectations that come along with that. Let's start to rank them on how they've moved around the map, how they're looking so far. I know it's against a weakened Dignitas to start off the season, but we can still start to get first impressions from them.
Yeah, we can. I don't know if it's super fair. Because as we said, it's a sub-bottom lane that they're playing against. And Dignitas, as you had them dead last ranked as well. So, I mean, you can get your first impressions, Kangas, though. Go ahead.
My first impressions, they're the best team in the league right now, Kobe. Holy crap.
Okay.
This is crazy.
See if they keep up with that. You got some high expectations, buddy.
Shopify Rebellion out, LYON in my power rankings based on what we've seen so far.
Kangas.
Yeah.
Quick swap.
I'm pulling a Jat. He did that with TL and C9. Although, admittedly, that was only one spot difference for him. Mine's going to be a bit bigger there. Herald will land, will not take the turret. We have 4 seconds for the next Dragon. This is already Dragon Soul and Dignitas. Really no shot of contesting it here. So LYON will be able to pick this one up, and this is looking like one of those brutal games where you're just kind of waiting for LYON to find the big avenue in and find the close to this game because there's so little avenues for Dignitas to find anything.
All right, I've got something for you then.
Okay, what you got?
Since you're trying to like set expectations and stuff for this team, and we can draw some parallels here. From Inspired on LYON over to Inspired last year on FlyQuest.
Okay.
And as you know, FlyQuest had one of the most dominant splits as far as win rate is concerned. So, do you want to judge this LYON team by that FlyQuest bar? This is the type of thing. You were talking about Jat stats. Jat does like these type of things. So if we're going to say, we'll go win rate because lock-in tournament is going to have different amount of games. But do you think that this LYON team can beat the win rate of last year's FlyQuest team?
I think
that was insane.
They definitely want to. If you hear them talk about it, they have that expectation. I don't believe in it. I do think that LYON is a top half team in the league right now. Not seeing that chance. But I think the better comparison is, can we pull up game 1 of 2025 inspired stats compared to game 1 of 2026 inspired stats? Because then that looks really good for LYON right now. Although FlyQuest probably, did they win their first game? I'm trying to remember. Last year. Hard to remember a year ago, isn't it? LTA didn't happen.
Well, this game might as well have not happened for Dignitas. They're just going to delete it from their memory.
That's what you have to do. I mean, it's hard to say, but in a competitive environment, when this type of situation's happening, you kind of have to find a way to miracle reset mental going into another game because this one is so far gone. You've been a competitor yourself, Kobe. I know it was a long time ago, but do you ever remember?
Yeah, it was.
It was a long, you know, maybe this is a stretch. Do you ever remember having a game like this?
No, well, I don't. We actually never lost like this.
Oh, okay.
I've never.
Do you ever win like this?
I've never lost like this. We actually won a gold medal, so
You like to remind people of that.
You remember the stress though, you know, my like legs shaking under the desk. But yeah, this is looking like LYON are taking their time. You know, they've got the luxury of the entire map being under their control. Pal Fox, I mean, we could cook up some, you know, Hail Mary stuff here, Kangas, but it's a 10,000 gold lead with Dragon Soul, and it's only 25 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this is just a brutal showing right now. Honestly, for both teams, again, it was a rebuild of a year, but very different looks to the rebuilds. Because LYON, the rebuild, they had a lot of excitement themselves around it. They've been talking a lot of hype, saying we can contest for a top spot. Dignitas' rebuild, it was around Jonathan, a GM, coming in here, notably from Golden Guardians, from NRG. If you remember the incredible rosters that they had, Golden Guardians made a really deep run with the Licorice roster. NRG also had a great run after they took over for CLG, which was Jonathan's initial roster. Dignitas are going for a little scrap right now, trying to defend their own jungle. Not going to have anything there. So I'm just going to continue the story then. Dignitas' rebuild was all about let's start all over, let's start fresh with a new environment. Jonathan's been very forward, the new GM, saying, hey, I want our players to be in all the content. I want people to ask us questions. I want people to learn about our team. And one of the things we have learned is that they're just trying their best to make sure that the environment is good for the team, as Baron has started up for LYON.
Inspired goes over the wall.
Breezy in some trouble, has to flash and use ultimate. So he is out of there, and LYON, their Baron was delayed, but not deterred. They will jump right back in.
Yeah, actually full leashed it, but Berserker does so much damage, they can just burn it down with 2 people again anyway. No blast cone now for Dignitas Dream. They're looking for this miracle here. Basically, XU wants to just full send, jump in the pit, see if he can steal Baron. Actually, they're going to go for a side play.
I mean, Saint's up here.
Can he get in
currently
there?
alone. The Tempered Fate lands on one. XU is into the Baron pit. Has a Cyclone, not a lot of damage on him. Oh, got it! XU! With the Baron steal when the game was all but lost!
And they still lose!
I mean, they lose their jungler, but hey, what a play! Wow!
I love it. Wait, you got a full send. This is the only play available. You got full send. You got to get in there. You just got to flip it, baby. He's able to W the Bard ult and then flashes into the pit, goes after Inspire, knocks him up, burns the Baron down while knocking him up, and then it's a good old-fashioned flip here, baby. He even got exhausted. 99 HP. He even got exhausted, so you can't Q smite combo as well.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
They're even there laughing at me. Oh yeah, that's our win con. That's our win con. We just gotta steal a bunch of stuff.
I think they even said Elder WinCon, because that is up in a minute. They have Baron. Oh.
You just gotta keep stealing stuff, Kangas.
Just gotta do it again.
Steal. Steal. Then you can steal the game away.
If they're going to win this game, XU is going to be on a wanted list somewhere for how much theft he's going to have to pull off right now. All right, well, hey, shout out to XU. Outsmiting Inspire does not happen often, but XU can now add his name to the list of junglers that have pulled that off.
Okay, well, that's fun. Baron makes it hard to push, too, because Baron's going to bump up your defensive minion waves here. So Dignitas, they got a little time to work with. Try and get some more money on their carries here, get a little more damage behind this Orianna Wukong combo we were trying to hype up.
Yeah.
If they get some more damage behind it, you know, they can actually make picks. You've got Wukong, Alistar
they're looking
here.
for another one onto Dokla. He has Flash available and Equalizer. He has to flash away from Photon. Has movement speed to jump away. The Equalizer goes out, but in comes mobility. Dokla's actually going to get picked. The Tempered Fate will delay it. Breezy taking a lot of damage himself, but he is trying to keep Dokla alive. He goes into his own stasis. Mobility's trying his best to get the damage down. They got him. TP in now from Saint, and he's immediately CC'd to death. Dignitas are winning a team fight. 10K goal behind.
It is happening. Elder WinCon, Kangas. It is happening. All right, Inspired, it's your turn now. Can Inspired steal one back?
It's got to be a reverse steal. LYON had control of the entire game, and in 2 minutes, Dignitas have ripped it away from them. LYON, they gotta get their jungler in there. Inspired has to find an angle right now. Photon taking a lot of damage. Inspired does go with the Cataclysm. Trying to kill Palpatine. They got the carry. Berserker unleashed. Berserker's unleashed. Double kill with the Baron secured. LYON will win the team fight.
Just like that, the dream comes to an end, Kangas. We all wake up. It was fun while it lasted, though.
That was a really fun 2 minutes right there. Dignitas gave us a reason to believe Photon will fight for his life, but an ace for LYON.
And they did get the Elder Dragon, but they all lost their lives.
Yeah, that is tough right there. LYON win the team fight they needed to win with a 10K gold lead, 3v5, Berserker popping off. With the wave coming in, they can march this forward 30 minutes to close it out. Not the cleanest with the Baron loss, but a win regardless, as Breezy will try and push them away. They still have one more turret left available. Mobility has respawned. He's getting roasted by Dokla. Breezy will fall. LYON focused up on the turrets, but Dignitas are respawning. Couple members in. There's one last Miracle defense attempt. They could look for a third miracle of the game. Not looking likely as Mobility push back once again from Berserker. GG. LYON will take game number 1.
A little fountain dive at the end for some extra fun as well. Tower bottom lane, and before you know it, Berserker is rich out of his mind.
We see a rework Singe. Hey, we got a Breezy jersey. Let's go. Shout out from his time on 100 Thieves. He actually did Take 2 Academy stage here. That's his first time playing, I believe, on stage here, was when he was on 100 Thieves Academy in the finals back in the day, 2019. Very historic player when it comes to Tier 2. He was never really able to make that push into Tier 1, but still stepping in as an emergency sub for Ignar. Not a bad one to pick up.
Goku's big in China.
Yeah.
He was getting millions of views.
It was crazy.
He was just pumping out content, video after video, millions and millions of views.
My feed, all worlds, was just him shirtless.
I like
shoulders up.
By the way, they have these. LYON are handing out these crowns.
Yeah.
So
they made. I guess somebody made their own Dignitas one.
Well, he just flipped it around, Kangas.
Oh, that's what he did.
It's the other side. It's the blank side.
I like that. I like that.
So he's using LYON's own merch against them.
Is this the J4 crown? I'm trying to see on the LYON one. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Thematic. We do have a lot of love here for a lot of the younger players coming in. XU, some fans right there. I like that. Did XU hover Katarina?
That may or may not be his girlfriend.
I was going to say, did he hover? I didn't notice a Katarina hover, and usually that happens.
Uh-oh. We better see a Katarina hover up there real quick here.
Well, he's going to be up next here as it's Rise locked in first for LYON. A lot of mid lane bans with the Azir and the Ziggs, and then Malphite taken off the table. Meanwhile, it's Varus, Nico, and Jace on Dignitas' side.
So we assume the usual answer is Taliyah for Taliyah Rise matchup here. And it looks like that's instantly going to be the direction that they go for. And then when you have Taliyah, you want to build with that some hard CC to set up Seismic Shove. So, you know, Vi, Pantheon are two of the best, like, junglers that pair with it.
There we go.
And there we go.
No Katarina hover.
It's almost like this formula has been very similar for a long time. Okay.
All right, I'm going to call XU after this later. But yes, the formula has been used time and time again. And pretty easy to see. Inspired, please save my... What happened to your fantasy LCS points?
I mean, they did pretty well in the first game.
They did.
So
I'm just wondering, they must have had a lot of Sentinels and TL players.
Berserker Aphelios returns.
Yeah, we've seen this one before. Known for his Zeri, known for his Aphelios, known for his hyper team fight carries. Oh, we got the J4 guy with the J4 crown. That was awesome, actually. Just realized. And Lulu to pair with.
They actually decided, they consulted him on what merch we should make for our first match.
True. It's a good one to go for. Oh, this curse thing again. Oh, I remember that from last year.
The dog.
The dog.
The hot dog. Yeah. We actually need to see some more Nefiri. Honestly, I feel like Nefiri is still good.
35% on card shirts.
Palafox working multiple jobs, Kangas, okay? Respect the hustle.
That was a busy offseason for him.
He's selling insurance.
He's consulting.
Playing mid lane.
Yeah. I just love also seeing the general manager for Dignitas up there having to be coaches. They were also having these issues with the coaching staff coming in. Yeah. But now, hey, Breezy on the Alistair earlier. It's a rough early laning phase support to play. Nautilus not going to have that same weakness necessarily.
Zed, a fan in the audience as well. Zed Jungle just got nerfed with the monster damage multiplier, which I'm happy about and was deserved, but very rarely do we see it in the actual LCS. Maybe got a little bit better chance at internationals.
I think Dig misses those also there.
I mean, I just miss Otacon in general. I thought.
Oh, you were a fan?
I was a fan. I like having a different sort of fight. You know. Different area. There's some mechanics that teams, you know, took a little bit to get used to. Back to this game, though, because, yeah, Otacon is gone forever. This Gwen ban is respect to Photon. Remember, that was his favorite champion. He mentioned it himself, and he also spammed it every single game.
Support NACL. Sorry, I just had to shout that out. But yes, Photon loves Gwen.
From
he
the
played
heart.
it
From the heart right there.
That's where I'm from, baby.
That's one of those this is where I grew up memes. I grew up on these streets. That's what it is.
I grew up on the NACL streets. It was Academy, it was Challengers League. Before that, shout out, you know, Compete League, Big League. It goes back. It goes way back. And I mean, players like Breezy, players like Dokla has played throughout a lot of those Tier 3, Tier 2 leagues as well. The Tier 2 ecosystem, very important for the health of the league. So thank you, fan, for that sign. I got bad news for this fan.
Oh, I mean, honestly, do you still believe in Santa Claus? Because they play tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Tune in tomorrow. We got that TSM 100 Thieves banger.
Meanwhile, in this game, we got the Jinx locked in here for mobility alongside the Nautilus. And then Pantheon hovered right now for LYON. Interesting to see right there, as it is locked, so that's going to be the jungler now.
Personally, I think Jinx is actually busted right now. I think Jinx in solo queue definitely is having a lot of success. I think should be utilized more in pro play. I actually think she's really, really powerful at the moment if you can keep her safe. And they do have good like pick with the rest of their team. You know, Talia, Vi, and Nautilus is like really offensive CC. So we'll see, can they create the space? If you can get the pick, then you get Jinx excited off the one kill. And that could be your recipe for team fights, Kangas.
You just need that one reset, that one kill. Burst somebody down with the Vi ult, the Nautilus ult, the flick back, and now maybe even more frontline here if they lock in a tank. Again, for Photon, he was mostly playing carries.
The ninjas we were talking about!
The ninjas! We saw this over in LEC Week 1, the counter pick into Renekton. Let's see if it's locked in here for Photon, and it is. So the ranged AP matchup to abuse the Renekton.
Also, look at that champ, and then how do you forget that's a ninja?
It's just a little guy. Look, he's
in a ninja costume.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyways, brings a big AOE threat for flanking. So I actually, I like this Dignitas, you know, setup that they constructed for themselves. Aphelios, the thing that always kind of plagues Aphelios is if you have point and click CC and you've got flanks. So Kennen and Vi and Talia, like, there's a lot of threats for Berserker to deal with. And so Isles is going to have to do some work to keep him safe.
Lots of shields, the big ultimate wild growth, give him that extra health. But is it going to be enough with all this dive coming in? And you can even pivot to help, you know, wild growth, the jungler, the mid laner, whoever's getting targeted down, because again, everyone's going to be focused on that one kill for the Jinx reset. Lulu's really good at keeping one person alive, especially with the polymorph on something like the Vi going in. So coach is giving a fist bump on stage. Everybody at the Riot Games Arena, make some noise again for LYON versus Dignitas. Game number 2, and shout out the crowd, by the way. They have been incredible so far. So many signs. They've brought incredible energy to opening weekend of LCS, so shout out to you guys. You're the rock stars.
Shout out to the guy that booed Kangas. That was funny. You made me laugh.
Shout out you. Shout out you as well. There we go. I'll give him some credit also. But here we go, round 2. Let's see if LYON can make quick work of Dig. They did have a longer than expected game, Kobe. Game number 1 with the 10K gold lead. It went to 30 minutes.
Who believes in Dignitas after that last Baron and Elder? Oh, yeah, okay.
That's a lot of noise.
Look at this. Look at your screen
already,
right
now. Level 1. That's a better start to lane phase for mobility and Breezy. Isles getting chunked out.
Berserker, though, gets 3 more autos with his ghost popped here, chasing them back down.
But it is a summoner spell trade advantage now for Dignitas. Last time around, they used barrier. This time it's a trade of heals and ghost from Berserker.
Let's see. Can we keep it spicy? Looks like we can. Both wards here in the side brush are going to have some vision. Meanwhile, the ward, speaking of wards, by Raptor Pit did see Inspired steal the Raptors. So yes, it is a split map, but you're splitting it And your bottom lane, there's a Nautilus there, so they actually could go for some like cheesy ganks on bottom lane. You definitely at least want to get level 3 for junglers at the moment, but wait, Inspire's going to cross back, and they see him crossing back. XU, he's only 1 camp. He's still level 2. He's trying to get the Krugs in time to get his level 3.
And Inspired with the red buff, XU only having the blue, so we'll have to keep our eyes there. And bot lane actually not going bad for Dignitas here, so
it's only going to...
XU on the Krugs right now. Inspired can try... Oh, he Qs to take away some, but the bot lane's not roaming for LYON, so they're not going to actually pinch us immediately.
Yeah, you can jump over the wall. Yeah, and it was only going to be a 2nd camp, so it wouldn't even be level 3. It was only, he's always going to stay here. Regardless, though, Inspired crosses back, so Inspired going to have some extra timing.
Nice.
And as you say, and you point out, with that Q over the wall, I mean, just passes by Krugs, and it just happens to be perfect, perfect there from Inspired. Grabs that one, is able to clear out the rest of his regular quadrants now. So he can just clear straight, full clear up to the top side and try and put some more pressure back on the Kennen. One of the reasons Kennen has come back into the meta is because of these top lane changes that really value laning prowess, you know, with top lane quests, isolating them a little bit more up there, and the Phallites as well. Kennen, who can bully a lot of matchups with range advantage, has become popular once again.
And we've seen him do just that. So yes, the jungle is a rough start for Dignitas. XU going to be very behind Inspired, but top side, Photon gets a big shove. That's TP out of Dokla, and Photon is about a wave up in CS overall.
After the crab,
Surely we're not going to go for this. Isles will start tanking turret first, and first blood to Berserker is answered, but it's a double for Dignitas. The botched 2v2 dive from LYON.
Those Dignitas believers, stock is going up here.
Yeah, make some noise, the Dig faithful.
They get a couple kills back there, Kangas, and Berserker flashed at the end. So, and still died. So, okay, they go for mobility. They get him with the polymorph, but mobility has cleanse, so he gets back up and he shoots the Lulu down to get credit for that one. Then Berserker also wastes his flash at the end. That tower is already heated up. He didn't think that tower was going to do enough damage with that last shot, but fully heated up. It has enough damage to finish him, even with the flash over, and so Nautilus gets a kill for himself as well.
As, you know, it's going to be a good start for the bot lane. They're still behind in CS, but answering the kill and then also a kill onto Breezy means that he's going to be a little tankier. So Dignitas not too shabby.
And I have to say, Berserker with no flash, like Aphelios with no flash should be a Vi target here. You've got Nautilus with flash. You have Jinx who can also follow up with flash. You know, has plenty of CC herself. So I would say put some more pressure down there. If you are Dignitas, just isolate the top side, let Kennen be 1v1 with the Renekton up there, and focus as much pressure as you can. Talia roams, Vi ganks towards this bottom side. Get Jinx really fed and hope you can win team fights that way.
Well, I gotta say, Inspired might have the same read as you because he's hovering on the bottom half right now, went for the Krugs. His Raptors are now spawning, so he'll go back up towards those as XU is in the neighborhood. Inspired's going to be ahead in the clear based on how that level 1 went. The invade getting basically 2.5 camp advantage over XU. So maybe XU can instead put some time towards bot side, but maybe he just plays for himself instead.
Yeah, Inspired is in a very good spot here. This is looking quite juicy. He's going to get to a very early level 6 on the Pantheon, so then you can answer any sort of offensive play.
Breezy goes for a hook right there. They have a big wave. And they had XU nearby, so I guess the call was go for the engage, but that was very early from Breezy, so they have to back off instead.
Yeah, and then the confidence here from Berserker and Isles, they've got the wards here through the Phallites.
Oh, I like the attempt from Breezy. Isles walked up to body block the Jinx W from the cannon. That's the turret plate now picked up. Breezy's not able to punish Isles for that attempt, as now an invade again from LYON here. They have Saint and Inspired hanging around on the top side near those Raptors.
Okay, LYON with the constant pressure here, still squeezing out a little bit more. Berserker with the gold lead again, got the turret plate, and guess what? He's gonna get another one here. The first two are so easy to take. Just unrelenting pressure. With Aphelios Lulu, you could put down so much harassment as well as getting the constant shove, so rewarded again. There's turret plate number 2 for the bottom.
Ooh, Inspired goes for another invade right now. Has level advantage over XU, and in comes Saint as well. XU will just ball break away. Flash follow from Saint to lock him down. Inspired with the second kill of the game, rather, for LYON.
This mid-jungle synergy where people were worried that these are going to be the two players. Wait, bottom.
Oh, mobility. Unfortunately, all alone in the bottom lane. His support's roaming, and he gets picked up. And the #1 Dig fan of the audience is okay. They can come back.
Why'd they choose the now to show it?
Yeah, that was
messed up.
That was a wild timing for production.
That was messed up. They're like picture-in-picture while mobility's dying. #1 Dig fan. Uh-oh.
As Weaver's Wall comes in right now, could be a big play for Dignitas. Dokla
Bring that
in
fan
a
back
1v2. Bring the fan
Bring that
back
fan
on
back
screen.
up. Where's that Dig
Dignitas
fan?
just found the big play.
Get that Dig fan back up on the screen.
Yeah!
There you go. Yeah! Second time's the charm.
There we go. We saved it. You saved it. Good job, Kobe. Dokla gets picked off right there. Photon gets a bigger lead now, about 2 waves advantage for the Kennen counter pick, who took the Ignite, and this early laning phase has gone great for him. So this Kennen, I love this counter pick into things like the Renekton. Again, we saw it in even week 1 of LEC. That's where I first got my look at it. Mobility takes a half his health bar chunk right there.
Ouch.
But it can win lane and can have huge impact in later team fights. Speaking of, we can still get later team fights. There's been no dragon taken already at close to 8 minutes in the game, so it's going to be a relatively slower paced dragon stacking game. As Inspired is instead invading on the blue buff, has Isles in his back pocket, Berserker's walking up. XU's thinking about it, is not able to smite it away. Inspired picks that one up, so Inspired just... He's got no chill right now, Kobe. He's just constantly invading.
And when you've got all these winning lanes, I think you should have no chill.
Yeah.
People say you have no chill like it's a bad thing, but...
This is a good no chill.
Sometimes it's a good thing.
Yeah. He is not giving any breathing room for XU, but actually decides to back off of the Dragon for right now. There was a small window there where Breezy and Mobility were faster on the roam. So, again, a slow Dragon stacking game.
Yeah, honestly, though, I think we're going to be in luck, and there will be a lot of kills. So...
Some tells me, as again, Mobility might just be too far forward, has to flash over the wall. And that's not an ideal position for the Jinx to be in as they're looking towards the Dragon. Saint, though, with some trouble. Flash from Breezy to CC Chain. XU goes down. His in comes Inspired. Has Isles behind him to keep him alive. They're just trying to buy space for Berserker to walk up. Polymorph views. Breezy in trouble. Support goes down for mid laner. 1-for-1 trade.
Okay, now it's going to be bottom crab. And I guess they're getting mid lane push here. Can Talia also get a turret plate? Palfox, there's crystals on that thing. Easy, easy. Only a couple autos there with the crystal build up for the first turret plate, and you can just trade these grubs.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, grubs suck. I'm a massive...
You're a hater?
I hate grubs so much.
It's not good when the jungle main on the broadcast says that they hate grubs.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say not a bad window here for Dignitas. Yes, they're behind in gold across the map, but other than topside. And let's get another look at this, though.
Yeah, I mean, a good shove. Seismic shove from Palfox into the Q here from XU, and so they get the kill. But Pantheon Ultimate Inspired here with the lead with his extra level on Pantheon, and his bottom lane has, I'd say, for 100% of both games, had bot lane push.
Yep.
This bottom lane has just been like across the halfway line the entirety of the entire series. And so Berserker and Isles always the first to move, and they're able to get a counter kill into Dragon.
Still no turret plates picked up by Dig's bot lane. And again, I just want to give another shout out. E-subs coming in. Mobility and Breezy were not the intended starters. Mobility was a great collegiate player. He played for Winthrop University, got 2 times a top 3 finish in the CLOL championships for Winthrop. Joining them after they had a championship run earlier in 2021, but he was never really able to like make a huge standout at the tier 2 level, was always just kind of the top at the collegiate level. So props to them for subbing in here in a rough spot for Dignitas overall, but they are laning against Berserker, who was MVP at one point in the league and has already experience with Isles too.
Yeah, and Isles was on Dignitas as well, so he knows the other side of this, and he is very happy to be on LYON now. constantly pushing. And this look very fun to play with Berserker, even when they're tower diving and they're just dying.
Yeah.
Still look fun.
They still walked out ahead in gold overall in this laning phase, though, despite that happening. Just shows the power of a player like Berserker. I knew him always for the team fights. That's where, like, I always saw, oh, Berserker's one of the best team fighters in the league. But now also being able to kind of do this in laning phase, yeah, the team fight's going to look even better.
You know what I know him for most?
What do you know for?
My favorite piece of Berserker content, as we get possible action here. My favorite piece of content was, I believe he did this interview with Travis Gafford, and they did the game where it was like, oh, I can give you like $2.
Oh, yep.
As we had a gank.
Yeah, Breezy's getting caught out right here. Actually, he's able to take the blast cone to safety. Now dredge line to the wall. Berserker does not have the gravitum yet. Saint, though, trying to get in there. Photon in a 1v1 versus Dokla. Dokla has the ultimate, but not enough range. Can't close the gap. Photon with the solo kill.
Yeah, basically what it was is, you know, you do the, oh, do you want $5 or I can pass it on to the next person and I'll double it for them as mobility's dead again.
Yeah, he said I like money, right? Just like Isles probably did right there.
Well, you jumped the gun a little bit there on the delivery, but all good. That's basically what he said.
I wanted the credit of the punchline right there.
There's a little bit more to the story in the lead up before the punchline. But here's the punchline for Dokla is I wish you could see the cooldowns because he just used Q there. I think his Q is really close to coming up. And so he would have empowered Q there to try and get the heal, and then it would be closer.
Good job, top. Nice. Okay, just... Then we're just...
Yeah, good job, top. I like that.
I mean, to their credit, I know we're still being a little loose with this Game 2 cast, but this is a much closer game than Game 1. By this point in Game 1, there was already like a 5K gold lead for LYON. This time around, I mean, we're still hearing in that voice comms that Dignitas, they're communicating, they're trying their best to keep in this game. Photon has a massive lead in the top lane now with 1.5K advantage individually. That's still just offset by how bot lane is going here with Berserker kind of sharing that, even double that lead himself.
So you would say they're currently doing their new personal best against LYON.
New PR.
Yeah, new
best
PR
is the best right there. As Breezy has to dredge line to the wall again and might not even make it out there. Berserker almost finds it. Flash from Dokla, though. This is a story of two lanes. Bot lane constantly shoved in for Dig, but their top lane is winning this matchup. And now we got a TP from said top lane. That's a Kennen flank looking straight at Berserker. He has the Ghost plus the Lulu speed up, and the teleport is a little slow. Palafox, meanwhile, caught out here in the mid lane. Oh, I like the attempt from Dignitas. Not going to find it, though.
Yeah, they are not liking anything about this aftermath because they teleported away from top lane, so Dokla gets back into the game.
Yeah.
Kennen gets literal 0 down on bottom side because Lulu heal and speed up and Shirelia's. It's like speed is so underrated, but I love Shirelia's rush because just like that, you don't even have to take the damage. The speed just allows you to avoid the entire play, and then Dokla even benefits. Look at that. Crocodile very happy on the top side.
Yeah.
Berserker happy on the bottom side still. And, you know, one of the only weaknesses of Aphelios is being low mobility, not having movement speed, so...
Oh, but we're just going to force a play mid lane. No flash on Saint, remember. XU there for the follow-up. And that is kill credit to mobility. The Jinx Rocket snipes it.
There you go. Using their combo effectively. Dignitas with the assassination play, which will result in presumably an objective for them as well.
That is 3 ultimates used, however. No Vi ult, no Kennen ultimate.
Worf.
How confident is Inspired here? He's thinking about it, but he just steals the dragon! Now stunning up XQ's got Isles behind him, but Isles is the focus. Can they kill the Lulu? They can't! Flash away, Inspired alive with the wild growth. Berserker hit with the Nautilus ultimate. Where's the damage follow-up? Flash support, flash response as the Pantheon ult behind everybody. Shut down to Photon. Dignitas, they did find a couple of kills, but Inspired steals the dragon.
That's some payback for Baron, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me that
He
dragon.
kept a receipt.
All right, so that's going to be 2-4 LYON. They retain the gold lead as well, but, I mean, the fights are getting crazy, really spread out here. I like, actually, that there is less coordination in this game than you're normally used to.
Scrappy.
And here we go, right over the top. Pantheon Smite and Q is a really, really, really effective combo for sealing objectives.
Hey, there was somebody on their phone. They were like, what's happening?
You can tell there, you know, holding the Palafox sign, which team she was rooting for with the result of that play. And it is going to be another objective for LYON.
Whew, all right, well, they're showing that they are willing to scrap, and again, a closer game too. To their credit, it's only 1,500 gold lead for LYON right now, plus those 2 dragons. But later dragons, as we're now on the Herald. Inspired starting it up, again has Isles in his back pocket, but Alfox has Breezy. No jungle smite steal from XU that time around. It is Inspired that secures the objective.
All right, they've got Vi ult backup now. Kennen ult is available, so try and go for another assassination play. Dignitas, they've got Vi ult, they've got, I mean, Taliyah doesn't need ult, you just need seismic shove, so ready to go for a combo here. Still no flash for the Rise, although that timer is coming back up very quickly. Berserker might be your target then, because he's got no summoner spells for the time being as well. I mean, there's a lot of options here, and you've got to make use of these kill buttons on the side of Dignitas if you want to claw your way back into this game. Full send, and then try and get the ideal scenario like you did last time, where mobility is the one to get the final hit with like Jinx Rocket or something, so you can try and get some money under this Jinx that had such a terrible lane phase, is really behind the power curve here versus Berserker. So, you know, full send on some of these abilities, get that gold into Jinx, and pray as well. That never hurts.
That's usually my solo queue strategy as well. Is
Smart.
Get my 80 carry gold and then pray. Because you know I'm not carrying those games. Mobility is able to catch a couple of safer waves here, though, as the game has slowed down slightly. He's been the focus of so much action, whether the jungle's nearby or it's just the 2v2. So nice that he's able to get some breathing room as Saint gets a push again topside. That's a lot of plates picked up.
I want to track Photon, too, because top lane Quest is no joke here. You know, he's got 1 level lead over Dokla at the moment, and he's looking to make a flank play. Kennen, well, he's looking to make a crab play.
Ah, yes, he wants that one. I was also just noting that because he brought up the quests, Saint just finished his, so was a little behind on that one. It was roaming around the map a lot, so I can put him behind as Breezy now in the line brush. LYON pouncing on top of him. The polymorph is used, and now Berserker might be in some trouble. Palafox gets the flick onto him, but he's still got the team behind him. Berserker, wild growth and shields will keep him alive as now Mobility's trying to unleash with Photon going in there for the engage. They got Berserker! 80 carry down! Dignitas stock high! They win a team fight with a double kill to Palafox.
They're making use of those kill buttons. The ultimates come through for Dignitas, and by the time Kennen gets here, then they can actually win. So the initiation onto Berserker, first it's able to get out the Lulu Wild Growth, they use up the Polymorph as well, and then when Kennen arrives, that's where the real damage is. So here's the initiation. They're going to go for Berserker. Isles does a good job of keeping Berserker up here, and if it was a 3-on-3, they would have been fine. But Palafox joins with the ultimate on Taliyah. They get the seismic shove, and then Kennen comes through as well, and they're able to close the rest of the distance. Inspired on the front line, gets melted. XU goes back in onto Berserker. They flash forward. They get the kill onto Berserker. XU never even ends up dropping there, and it's nicely played from Dignitas on the other side.
And I gotta say, props to XU.
Nice, guys. Good job.
Really well played and great target selection from him, committing to the engage onto Berserker, then finding that Vault Breaker onto him afterwards. Saint was trying to kind of buffer it looked like, or get in the way, but XU found the angle and was able to shut down Berserker, the big 80 carry with a lot of that gold. So more gold in Dignitas' pockets, and they actually have a lead now, Kobe. 1.1k advantage to Dig.
The Believers are eating good right now. Protected Jinx comp, Flash and Cleanse are both available for said Jinx. See if they can actually set up this dragon, though. Looking down the line, Berserker, Flash has a couple more seconds, Kangas.
Everyone from LYON are approaching from the same angle. We have the Pantheon ult coming in. Is he going straight to the dragon? It is secured by Dignitas. Now everybody onto Inspired. Wild Growth is used on the Pantheon. Breezy first to fall, as Berserker can't get into the fight because of the Weaver's wall. Red and white, but not ready to fight, as Inspired has to flash away from the seismic shove. Dignitas get the dragon, trade their support, and they get out.
Interesting. I mean, dragon number 3 for 1 kill onto the support. I like it for Dig, honestly. We'll see if there's more damages done.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, with the Herald too, actually, it might be your whole tower. All right, well, now you're definitely going to be losing out overall on the play. A lot of extra gold picked up. They finished the tower. with a couple extra turret plates left on it there. Gives some more room for this Pantheon Rise to be able to play the map. And this LYON team has very good possibilities of picking people off and side lane plays when you have Realm Warp and you have Pantheon Ultimate. So LYON have to be very careful and try and, again, use the synergy of their team comp, group up, and focus down that kill to get mobility excited so they can run through the team fight. As long as they are kind of moving cautiously, then they can try and work around these semi-globals that LYON have.
And we're talking about mobility on the Jinx because that's what the comp needs. But what's actually happening is, actually Dredge line onto Isles right now. Breezy going very deep. The team's not quite ready to follow up. XU says, I guess I'll go in, as Saint has a flank. Inspired to hit it with the Wild Growth, trying to get in onto the backline. Saint's in some trouble right now as XU's locking him down with Photon. Mobility on a killing spree now. 4-3-3 on the Jinx. That's one reset. If they can find more plays like that, Dignitas can keep themselves in the game, because as I was going to say, the gold advantages are on the solo laners with Photon and Palafox, and now Mobility is getting even more gold into his pocket. Dignitas are clawing their way back into the series.
Yeah, and okay, so I'm conflicted on this game because
I can tell.
It was a bad look because Breezy just went in and he was going to get bursted and die anyway. But then, because he did that and died, Saint realm warped into the whole Dig team, and then he died. So it ended up actually being good, and it's props to Breezy mind control, I think.
He got in Saint's head.
It was actually a 5-head play, because he trades his support level 9 life for a level 14 rise.
Yep.
And that's trading up.
The vibes were too good.
That was pretty good for them.
Yeah. So if Dignitas can find more ways to mind control Saint into realm warping into the entire team, they're going to feel very good about their prospects here. Meanwhile, again, it is about the bot lane differential for LYON. Berserker does have gold in his pocket, and we've seen in the past what Berserker is able to do on hyper late game carries with a gold lead. But Kobe, we'd have to ask the question a lot in the first game because there wasn't as much happening of like, how do we rate LYON's performance against a team like Dignitas, given the sub situation, given the power rankings? Well, now it's looking a little less kind on them because Dignitas have gotten themselves back into this game.
Yeah, your rank 1 prediction is starting to feel a little wobbly there, buddy.
I never locked it in, so maybe we still have time to
That's fair.
reverse the call.
I will say that I think we'll really tell once the Jinx gets Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge is very close, and when you get IE on Jinx, then we're going to have the real moment of truth of this game.
That means your crits will do so much more damage. You don't even need to get the Lord Doms early because no one's really building armor on the other team. No tank items
mostly
inside.
health stacker or frontline.
But I do like Isles' build since we're kind of covering some of the builds. The Mikhail's is huge for Berserker. This is basically Isles saying, it is my job to make sure my AD carry does not die. And if Isles is able to do that, then Berserker can unleash, even picking up the shield bow third item. It feels like LYON understand there's a target on Berserker's back right now.
Yes, there is. All right, can their split push actually work here, though? Renekton bot side, Ryze was up on top. Ryze without flash, though, after the last play, too, very detrimental. It's a long cooldown there, so not only did Saint die, but also having no flash for side lane plays means, look at the map. I mean, they don't even really have any sort of side lanes pushing early, and so it allows Dignitas to easily group up and play as 5 like they want. As soon as they get Kennen here, Dignitas are going to feel very, very good. They've got multiple avenues for engage. Photon has flash on the Kennen, level 16 with arm guard, with the gunblade as well. So keep track of that little rat.
5 stacks on Dark Seal. Watch for the little ninja guy. Photon would be spotted if he looked for the full flank around the edge, but he has the blast cone as well on top of all the other mobility. Dokla will go to check, see a control ward there, and Photon's actually left the area. Ooh, thank you, Observers! Photon on a big flank as XU actually goes in onto Inspired, and now Berserker could be in some trouble. Flashes away, Wild Growth already, but it's Isles that's down! And Photon on a rampage! He finds the long flank, and Dignitas get a pick before the dragon.
Yo, can we get a standing ovation for the Observers there? That game of hide and seek
That was incredible.
That was incredible. Playing with us with the cannon. We said keep our eyes on the cannon, and then they turned off the lights so we couldn't do it. And they increased.
But they knew.
The anticipation, and that was just beautiful because that was a story of 2 blast cones. Dokla used one to go over and clear the tri-brush control ward, but sneaky Photon goes all the way around the back, and he found the deep super blast cone to not only burn Berserker's flash, force the Aphelios out of the fight, but then he also flash follows and gets the other kill. It was just really expert cannon play there, hide and seek from Photon and the observers.
Deathless on the flanking cannon, 405. Photon is the one returning member from Dignitas from last year. He's the one that impressed me the most from last year's Dignitas roster, coming in a rough position. And I was excited that we actually were able to keep him in the region. You know, he had played in the TCL, he had played a little bit in EU, and now we have Photon here in the LCS. As Breezy walks up into a brush, trying to get some vision down, Dredge line to try and get the safety, and will do so. Would have been a bad spot to get picked right there, but yeah, overall, I mean, even in the first game, that was a rough loss, but Photon on the Cassante was buying a lot of space for the team. I'm very impressed with how this top laner's performing.
Yeah, let's see if Dignitas can actually keep it together here, because they've got their marginal gold lead and the 2 dragons to their name. But the real thing is they have such a good team fight here if they can set it up naturally and get all 5 together. And seems like they currently have not had a problem with any side lane minion waves, so it allows them to move in, get the early vision here, and get the setup they want.
And I don't know if it's exactly just the crowd being clearly behind Dignitas right now, but this is not looking like a LYON championship contending start to the year. They are struggling here in game number 2 and not living up to what they were able to do in game 1.
I think,
Oh, Zerker's taking a huge chunk of damage. He's trying to outplay, but Breezy is there to punish. Mobility gets the kill.
Pure, unadulterated ego right there. That's 80 carry ego at its finest, baby. I hear some Dignitas
We got Chance in the crowd right now. They are behind this team who find a pick on the 80 carry. They get the Baron uncontested. Dignitas are here in the LCS. Dignitas are making Lions sweat.
I also think, Genghis, there's a lot of people that just enjoy underdog stories. And Dignitas clearly, you know, one of the underdogs of the league, and are the ones that do need to win if you want 3 games. So Dignitas now with Baron trying to push out through bottom side because there's so much gold here. All towers still remain on bottom. As evidence of the way that lane phase has gone in both games, where Lions duo lane had been constantly pushing, but now with Baron, Dignitas get to go collect all this standing turret plate money that is on the map for them. Currently, finally now, the Rise is getting some split push done for LYON, though.
Okay, they're clearing out these blast cones. Dokla is there to watch X2 walk into the brush, and that is a
that's all.
slicing maelstrom from Photon. Swing and a miss right there. Dokla's able to get out. They get the turret bot side, but look at top. Saint is pushing another one himself, but racing Baron usually not going to be a winning battle. Instead, they're just going for the top camps plus the turret, and it will be traded overall.
Yep, keep splitting, open up the map, and they're going to trade just fine. I mean, take away jungle, take away, even though it takes longer to take the turret, they still do get it.
You don't need to win the race. You just need to equalize the gold trade right there. And you know what this game reminds me of, Kobe? This is the type of game that you clip it and you send it to that 180 carry friend that you have that always wants to FF at 10 minutes if they're behind in gold over their lane opponent. You're like, no, it's okay. Yeah. We can come back.
Look at Mobility's mental here.
Yeah.
Strong.
Be like Mobility.
Strong mental.
Mm-hmm. You'll get fed later. You have a role to play still. 14 to 10 kills, 2 to 2 dragons, 45 seconds till the next one as Dignitas starts setting up the vision control around the area. And, I mean, they've won the last couple of fights, so at this point, pressure's on LYON to find a creative way to get into this Dragon Pit.
And honestly, I do think LYON are living up to what people thought. People thought they were going to be this really individually talented ego team.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing some ego plays.
Yeah, I mean, what Berserker just tried to do in the mid lane was an ego play right there. Stepping up to Mobility, who had the flash available. So
Guardian Angel picked up for Berserker now.
Oh.
So he can full send for, again.
Yeah, I mean, that's Shield Bow plus GA, and he has the flash back from the earlier play where Photon tried to get on top of him. So important to track that.
Enough, he'll probably use forward. Instead of back.
Berserker, yes. He's like, hey, get ready to wild growth me. I'm going to go in there and engage for us. But the team is not ready to contest the dragon. That is a third dragon in a row picked up by Dignitas. 3 Chemtech dragons buffing their tenacity, heal, and shield power. And if they get that soul, that's going to make their non-true front line a little tankier. But speaking of front line, they walk straight into a brush blind. Photon chunked down, shut down to Inspired. He's got the wild growth from the Lulu behind him, and XU's got no assistance. Are we diving under the turret?
Hell yeah!
We got the Rise hold in, we got the Pantheon over top, but we got mobility! Damage on the Saint. LYON bit off more than they could chew, as mobility is now looking at Inspired. The tier 2 turret was still standing. Inspired's under turret, uses the GA cooldown. Weaver's wall to block him off. He can't get out of there.
Minions, though, they're fine.
Oh, the minions are in range. Inspired is fine. LYON find a 2-for-1.
Woo! Going super aggro here. I like it. And it's straight from the brush on the side. They get an early lead in this fight and try and push it so hard. They know there's no big objectives, so we're just going to full send on the actual fight, pick up another kill, grab the tower afterwards. And then you can see at the end, Inspired was just trying to zone off mobility. Because mobility, the Jinx had gotten excited, you use the threat of your stun on Pantheon, and he's playing the distance game, and he's just trying to push him off to make sure the Jinx doesn't come through with the extra damage. But this is the advantage of Vision. Kangas right out of the brush. They get the early jump onto the Kennen. Kennen has no Zhonyas or Flash now. That is so huge for LYON. They get their kills, and then they want to go for more. Inspired's got GA, Berserker has GA, so they've got extra lives to spend. On the top side, yeah, I remember the bottom side, they do kill off Saint. That was good from Palafox and mobility.
If anyone gets picked, it's okay to just let them die.
Don't make the play worse.
How close are you to GA?
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Sunk cost fallacy is one of the... Wait a second.
Saint could be in some trouble. Photon, can he burst down the Rise? Oh! It's a setup for mobility with a super mega death rocket from downtown.
That was beautiful. All right. They get a ultimate all the way from mid lane here, and Photon this time around does get the full stun, gets the full combo, and this pick, of course, you know, Baron's a full minute away, so we are going to get Saint reviving in time, but it does put LYON behind as far as the Vision game. And you can see Baron Vision is going to be really easy now for Dig to set up and gain control.
And Kobe, I want to point something out for the first time now. The gold has gone in favor of mobility. He came back, baby, 7-3-4
Can you Vision? And maybe
on the Jinx.
What about this?
He has no flash. He has no flash. I'm watching you. It's just solo. Jinx rocket.
Beautiful.
Bang. On his head, bro. 1 minute 20 on that.
I'm looking at you.
Love that from mobility. The crowd
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's communicating. The team is still involved in this game. They did not mental boom after game 1, which can be the concern when you have that big of a shellacking, but definitely bouncing back here, and now they have firm control around the Baron pit.
Yeah, who's got the brush now?
Yeah.
Well, it's Dignitas.
It is, yes, we can see that. LYON can't see that as now they watch multiple members of Dig walk out to hit this wave. They'll catch their own.
They also have the Guardian Angel now. So XU has his Guardian Angel. Inspired's is on timer.
Oh, watch for Photon. He's looking for another flank. This time he would be spotted if he commits to it. Inspired sweeping him out, and we'll see the Kennen. Now the Kennen is all alone. Inspired jumps onto him. He did not realize the situation he was in. Photon picked off right at the Baron.
So good.
Oh, they're going for more. Yeah, it's Dokla trying to block him off, and it's the Pantheon ultimate over top. Grand Starfall plus mobility now taking chunk damage from the Aphelios. Dignitas do get out of there, but LYON will secure a firm position at the Baron.
So now is also really hard because you don't actually want to go send for a Smite Steal because you have Guardian Angel on XU.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, let's just risk it again and I'll go for a Baron Steal, it's too costly because you lose your Guardian Angel and you're going to lose your life. It's totally not worth it. So don't even try and go for the Miracle Steal this time around. That is just a very good play by Inspired here for LYON. Notice that when he caught the Kennen, he also stood on top of the center of the Blast Cone. So Kennen could not use the Blast Cone. He was trying to like, oh, I'm kind of safe because I have like a super Blast Cone here. If someone pops out, then I can, you know, pop it and get away. But he couldn't click it because Inspired was dead center on that thing. And so, again, Kennen got jumped on, no Zhonyas. And that has been the recipe for LYON victories here. Is it Inspired seeking out, finding the cannon, getting the initiation onto the cannon, stun him early, blow the Zhonyas early. Here we go, though, round 4.
It is another Dragon. This time it's Dragon Soul Point for Dignitas. It's about to spawn. No Zhonyas on Photon, but he has the flash available. It's going to be tough for LYON to try and get in here. Inspired will take the Blast Cone into the pit. Has the Guardian Angel available, even if he gets bursted down. Dokla
There's a team!
wants the Dominus early. Now it's all Inspired in a 1v2. The team's not quite behind him. He gets pulled back in by Breezy. Smite goes through. It's Dragon Steel from Inspired. Now LYON can look for the rest of the fight. Photon goes over the Slice of Maelstrom, not finding anything for it. And LYON, for the first time in a while, will win a Dragon team fight, plus the steal on the objective. Breezy's going to be desynced with the rest of the team. So will Mobility as the crowd goes silent. They were cheering for Dig, but this time around it's LYON getting the team fight.
Inspired, I gotta say, you know, everyone's like, oh my.
Oh, okay, is Breezy going to get out of this? Let's go. Yeah, the other Blast Cone. Saint's got to keep chasing him down to stop the back from coming off here. Long cooldowns on the death timers mean that this is probably the end of the game. Yeah, he's going to go for the back, but LYON have the cannon minion. They push in on the Nexus. They push in on Dignitas. LYON will win the series 2-0.
LYON paid handsomely to get Inspired on their team, and it was well worth it.